It's easy to miss these 10 dungeon secrets in Losomn in Remnant 2 because they're not the main puzzles of the dungeon, but rather little side secrets that can pop up anywhere. I'm going to show you how to recognize these secret areas and how to complete them to score some loot. Welcome back to another Remnant 2 video. It's been a while, but I'm gearing up for the Awakened King DLC, which releases on Tuesday, November 14th. And as you probably know, the DLC is in Losomn. If you want to check out more information on this $10 DLC, I have another video, but as you probably know, the DLC is also in Losomn. And of course, I'll be covering all the new content, but you may run into some of these base game Losomn dungeon puzzles if you repeat the area on adventure mode. The secrets I'm about to show you are injected into each dungeon, and they are random based on the theme of the dungeon. For example, dungeons like Cotton's Kiln and the Butcher's Quarter, you know, the ones with all the burning buildings and the burning enemies, could have the destroyed roof injectable, where you can find the Effigy Pendant and the Cleansing Stone amulet. So I'm going to group these injectable little secrets based on their dungeon theme so that you know what to look for if you're in one of those dungeons. You can also find these injectables regardless of your storyline, so it doesn't matter if you start in the Palace Courtyard or in Morrow Parish. These injectables can show up randomly in any of your dungeons. Alright, so first let's talk about all the castle-themed dungeon injectables. These are secrets you're going to find in dungeons like the Council Chamber and the Great Hall. Alright, so this injectable is going to be in one of the Fey castles. As you can see here, you want to look for a little long corridor off the side. You're going to find one or two elite enemies. Alright, after you kill the elites in this room, you're going to notice that there are torchlights on either side of the hallway, and you can shoot them to make them turn different colors. So it's one of those where like you shoot one and it turns the others on. And then once you have them all white on one side, you're gonna wanna do the same thing to the other side. And then once you have both sides all white, you're gonna proceed through the door at the top and you're gonna go to the left. Now, if you made all of them blue or dark, you would go off to the right and it's gonna change the items that you get. So let's go kill this elite real quick, and then we're going to go up here to the left, and you'll see that we got the white pawn stamp. The white pawn stamp reduces mod power requirements by 10%. If you go for the dark side, you're going to get the black pawn stamp. This one reduces cooldowns of your skills by 10%. And that is it for that injectable. This is a little bit of a secret aberration boss, if you guys haven't seen that. Oh, what are you doing still here? But basically, if you see this layout right here with this kind of statue square right there, you're going to want to head towards it. And then on the right side, there's going to be a picture. Your character's going to say that's odd. And this picture you can actually destroy, and it's going to give you a little hole in the wall right there. So if you slide down into it, you're going to find an area with a lot of these guys. All right, so once you get to this point, there's an aberration that's going to come right out the door. So we want to get down here, and we're actually going to put our thingy here. That was kind of a bad spot, but you know, such is life. Get him in here. Overclock our turret. Sometimes you can kind of like block them in a little bit with the turret. Oh. I was trying to dodge that, but hey, worked out anyways. My wonderful summons to the rescue. I know it drops my frames a little bit using that summons, but it has saved me a lot. So once you're done killing the aberration, there may or may not be this guy here. Sometimes he spawns, sometimes not, but you're gonna just kill the elite guy. Right there, ta-da. And then we're gonna go around the area here. Making our way through. You can just roll through these guys or melee, whatever you wanna do. And then you'll see this little side room over here off to the right. Please take care of them, please. Summon spells are great for making content because they'll kill stuff. Anyways, you'll see this room, which has got a lot of these calcified bodies, whatever in it, but it's actually got a purple there on the table, but you can't get through that way. So you're going to have to get through all the bodies and then shoot this guy up here and then grab on and lift yourself up. And then that's how you get over here to get the Ornate Flail. If you already have these weapons too, make sure you go and do this again on subsequent playthroughs because it will level up your weapon as long as you have it crafted. It'll just give you a free level. Oh, I almost forgot, at the very end, after you open up the 2 shortcut doors to get back up here, you're going to get a ring here on the table, Sapphire Dreamstone, and I'll go ahead and show you guys what those items look like. So the Ornate Flail is right here, and the Sapphire Dreamstone, at least I'm pretty sure it's always that ring. Let me know in the comments below if it's not. Here it is. Critical hits reduce skill cooldowns by 3%, can only happen once every 2 seconds. And then the mutator you get from the Aberration is called Steadfast, and it's actually the one that I'm using right now. It says charged melee attacks cannot be interrupted and gain 20% damage reduction from all sources. At level 10, all damage taken during a charged melee attack is converted to gray health. And then there's going to be another shortcut door to get you back to your dungeon, and that's going to be it for this injectable. Here's the next injectable in the Fey Castle area. You're going to want to look for this little courtyard. You can really recognize it on the map pretty well. That little circular area, you're going to see these 2 angel looking things, little statue here. And you need to go find the ribbons. This statue can spawn in the day or in the night area, either one, and you're going to want to put the ribbon on here. So we're going to go search for the plain ribbon. All right, so we go over here. Here is one area where you can find the plain ribbon. So we found it pretty easily after we saw the statue. Depending on what the tile set is, it could be in a couple different areas, so just keep on looking around. We're gonna go back up to the statue and put it on. Once you put the plain ribbon on, you're gonna want to either sit at a save point or leave and come back. And then when you come back, depending on which area, if it's daytime or nighttime, you will get a different reward. Now, if you come back during the day, you're going to get the gold ribbon, which says increases mod damage by 25%, activating a mod grants haste for 15 seconds. Or you're going to get the silver ribbon, which I don't have the silver ribbon on me because I crafted Nimue's ribbon, which I have a full video guide on how to do everything with Nimue and the Nightweaver, so if you want to check that out. But the silver ribbon says increases skill damage by 25% instead of the mod damage, and activating a skill grants haste for 15 seconds. And that's how you complete the ribbon injectable. Those are all the Fey Castle injectables, so now we're going to move on to the sewer. All right, guys. Well, I happened to get grabbed in the sewer, and so I'm going to show you guys how you can also get the academics armor set that is in there, and I think it's called the Drakestone Pearl, but basically we're going to try and kill this bone harvester that spawns in here. Where's he at? Easy peasy. And you basically have to kill that bone harvester. Once you do, then you can go over here and grab this armor set. It's the academics armor set. And you will also get the Drakestone Pearl, enables stamina regen during melee attacks at 20% of the normal rate. So those are the 2 rewards that you will get from defeating the bone harvester in the sewers. You have to get grabbed in the sewers. It's not really an injectable, but it's kind of an injectable because you can do it while you're doing other dungeons. And then when you're done, you can just hop on out and continue as normal. Alright guys, here is the next injectable in the sewers. So this was actually in the same dungeon as the bone harvester grabbing me. So you can get them both in the same, but this opening right here, you're going to come up the ladder and you're going to destroy this wall. And then when you go in here, you'll see on the map, there is a whole new area here and the water is right down below. So we're going to get a little bit of a running start here. And what you want to do is shoot out that dude right over there, which is going to start the water filling up the room. And this is one of those places where you're actually going to be waiting for in real time hours. I believe it's maybe like 90 minutes or something. It's not as long as I thought when I initially did this, but I've only actually waited once, because obviously once you get the item, then you're good to go. So I think it's like 90 minutes or so. You just come back to this area. Don't re-roll your adventure or your campaign or anything like that. You're also going to get the Burden of the Divine Ring right here. Burden of the Divine Ring says all damage dealt by wearer is reduced by 10%, but 50% of your self-healing applies to allies. This is a really, really good ring to run if you're in a group, but you're going to be waiting for it to fill all the way up, and then these wood platforms are going to rise up as well, allowing you to get across over there, and that's where you're going to find the Meridian Grenade Launcher. This is the gun that you get for this injectable. It fires a high-powered rocket that deals damage, splash damage. That is the end of that injectable, and then you're going to make your way around back to the dungeon. Alright guys, here is our next injectable in the sewer area. This one is in Harvester's Reach, but it can be in any sewer area dungeon. You're going to look for this blown out wall of stone. You're going to go through and see a little bit of a little plant action garden going on, but if you turn left you can crouch underneath here, and this is the locked safe event. I do have a video guide for this event, but we're going to go over it quickly here now. You can see there's 4 numbers here. It's always 5813, but the numbers are in different locations, so it could be 8351, etc. So you're going to want to look around on the wall and try to find them. We can see this one here, so that means that the last digit is 3. So we know that it's 13. So now we're looking for a 5 or an 8. And you might have to smash through some boxes. Like there we had the 8, so we know it's 813. So we know it's 5813. We don't really need to do any of the others, but if you're looking for that last number, it's usually behind a pallet around here somewhere. There it is, 5. So 5813 is the combo. Like I said, it's always those 4 numbers, but they could be in a different order. All right, so we're gonna do 5, 8, 1, 3. The Rusted Heirloom Ring grants 2 stacks of Bulwark below 50% max HP. So if you're doing a Bulwark build, that's probably pretty strong. But that is it for that injectable. Super quick and easy one. Alright guys, we have stumbled onto our last sewer dungeon injectable. This guy right here. It's a huge door or grate or whatever you want to call it. All you have to do is just shoot the fire and it gives you a nice little opening to go in. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about this injectable if you if you've done some unscrupulous things. But we're gonna make our way over here. Just follow the map. You'll see it open up. You're gonna have some enemies to fight, but you're just gonna kill stuff and make your way into this big opening. You're gonna see a lot of cages with guys hanging in them, screaming, making a fuss. And one of those cages is actually gonna have a purple item. So go ahead and kill these gargoyles off because they kind of are a little bit annoying. Looks like my summons already shot the purple thing. So basically you shoot this guy and the purple thing falls down, becomes a red thing. And then you're gonna actually go up and get it. So I'll show you guys the path in order to do that. We're just gonna go around here, up the stairs. You can basically see it on the map. And don't forget, after you kill these 2 guards out here, to come on over and pick up the stockpile charger ring. Says after picking up ammo, increase the damage of that ammo type by 13% for 20 seconds, which is a really nice ring. To get this item, we're actually just going to drop down right here, and then it is right here, and it's going to be a severed hand. Now that's a red item, so it goes into your inventory, but if you go and take a look, inspect, you'll see that you can interact with it, and if you interact with it, the ring is going to fall off and you're going to get the Ring of the Damned. It increases all damage dealt by 10% while gray health is present. So a lot of gray health items in Losomn injectables. And then finally down here, there's a chest. And then you're just going to make your way out of the area back into your normal dungeon. And that is it for all the sewer dungeon type injectables. So first up among the burning building dungeons, like Cotton's Kiln right here, you're going to want to look for this hole in the ground here. You'll see on the map there's kind of like little edges that dip down on both sides. When you look down, you're going to see a little pathway. That's how you know you're in the right spot. This is the other dip down side here. You can see there's an actual item in there. So in order to get down into that area, we're actually going to go over here. It looks like the map ends, but you'll see that you can actually slide right under, crouch right under here and drop down. And this is how we're going to get into that area. And like I said before, this dungeon can be in Cotton's Kiln, Butcher's Quarter, anything that has these burning buildings and burning streets, those types of dungeons. So you want to be careful here, but you can just drop down. Oh my gosh, I almost fell. But you just drop down and go in, and now we're in that area that we saw before. So you're going to pick up the shiny hog lore. The shiny hog lore ring says that reloading grants 25 to 30 mod power to both weapons based on percentage of magazine reloaded. After that, you're going to make your way down into the bottom here. It's pretty nasty down here, and this is where you're going to have an aberration fight. The hog is going to come out over there, so be prepared and be ready. This is not really the easiest fight, but you want to pull this lever right here to spawn him in. So we're going to do that real quick, and we're going to put our turret down before he comes. There he is. Pop a little stuff on him. We got elemental resist and burning, or bursting, sorry, which there are some new modifiers I think on this guy. Okay, well, we're on easy mode, so that was not really an issue. So that was the Gorge Aberration, and once you kill him, you're going to get the Twisting Wounds mutator, which is actually a really great mutator for bleeding targets, and I think it's going to be really good for the new DLC with the Ritualist. After you're done, you're going to open the grate and make your way back up, and that's it for this injectable. For the next injectable, we are in Butcher's Quarter, but like I said, you can find this in any burning buildings dungeon. There's going to be a burning building right here that looks like this, and there is a way to kind of grapple up onto these ledges and get into the burning building. So you can see on the map that there's actually more to this building, and it kind of wraps around and drops down. So if you see those weird drop downs with nothing, it might be a track back for one of these injectables, but this one we're gonna go inside here, and it's a little bit of a maze. There's going to be enemies, burning enemies, kind of hiding in little spots. You might have to shoot a barrel or two to get through, but you just want to follow the path that I'm going on right here. Once you take the ladder down, you're just going to roll through, and there'll be a chest here for you to pick up. After you pick that chest up, go to your right down here, and there's going to be another chest that you can grab. And after we're done with those two chests, then we're going to make our way up the stairs and then across this little balance beam across here and wrap ourselves around, and this is going to be our exit. Now you're probably going to get some fire on you, so just go ahead and roll out of that. And then we're going to go down here and pick up Burden of the Warlock. Reduces mod power requirement by 15%. Activating a mod costs 15% health as gray health. Once you're done, you're just going to drop back down. This is what I mean. Like if you came across this first and you came in here, you'd probably be like, what is this? But just know that that's the burning building injectable, and you will find it if you proceed further. And here is the last injectable for the burning area. We're in Cotton's Kiln, but like I said before, you can get this in any burning area, so keep your eyes peeled. And you can probably see that open area on the border there at the very top. Someone pointed this out in my Nerude dungeon secrets. If you want to see those injectables, the link will be down in the description below. But if you look at that little break in the border there on the map, that is a good hint as to where this secret is, and some of the other secrets on the map as well. But you see this little fire barrel and this destructible wood, and this little roof tile is kind of a good indicator as well. This is where we're going to go for our next injectable. So you just go ahead and destroy that, go under, crouch walk through here. Now when we get up here, there's going to be a lot of birds that are kind of annoying to kill, but they do drop loot. So, you know, if it's your first playthrough or something, you can go ahead and do that. My summons are pretty much already doing that for me. But we want to start climbing up on top of the roof tiles here. So we're going to go up, up. You'll see, you can start seeing on the map where things are, but we're going to go around here. And then we're going to make our way over to the end over there. So we need to actually go over to this tile and then drop down. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of birds. You can go down to the bottom now at this point. There's nothing else to really pick up, but as we go down here to the end, there's going to be a lot of birds. If you have the perfect dodge, and then you just never perfect dodge, it's great. If you have the perfect dodge ring on, then you can just electrify them. But anyways, that's all. So take your time if you're on hardcore or hard difficulty. But we're going to get the cleansing stone from here. And then if you go into this little shack, there's actually a wooden box, which I thought there would be more to this, but we haven't found anything out. And I'm pretty sure everybody's tried everything. But you're going to inspect the wooden box, and you can actually open it. And then once you open the wooden box, you're going to get the Effigy Pendant. So we'll go ahead and look at the Effigy Pendant first. This one says, while gray health is present, gain 15% to all damage dealt, 10% damage reduction, and 1 additional hit before gray health is removed. And then the Cleansing Stone says, reduces duration of elemental status effects against wearer by 50%. Relic use cleanses elemental status effects and grants 25% of wearer's max health to all allies within 20 meters when cleansed. So those are pretty cool amulets, but you're going to find both of those in this injectable, and that's all you got to do. Alright guys, that is it for the Losomn dungeon secrets, dungeon injectables. I have so many Remnant videos of all the secrets, and I'm going to be covering the DLC fully. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you learned something or if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.